You're listening to the Headlock Talkover podcast, where we like wrestling and we talk about wrestling with Jack and Jeremy.
Hello and welcome to the Headlock Talkover podcast, a podcast where we like wrestling and we talk about wrestling. I am Jeremy, joined as always by Jack. How are you, Jack?
Fine.
Great. Welcome to our final episode where we cover a pay-per-view. We'll be covering the Royal Rumble 2005 and Vince's exploding quads. What a moment. We'll be spending this intro talking with you about the upcoming Royal Rumble pay-per-view and what we think is going to happen. What we're going to do first is come up with 5 predictions for surprises we think will turn up in the Rumble. Like, it's not 5 of each gender, it's 5 across both Rumbles, what we think will happen. Would you like to go first, or shall I go first?
Go on.
Okay, I'm going to go for one of 2, which I think is most likely. I reckon Jade Cargill's more ready than she lets on, Jack.
Yeah.
She's gonna turn up, I reckon.
Yeah.
And a year of doing this podcast, we've come full circle because we both predicted Jade Cargill to be a surprise in the Rumble last year.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
whether she has any moments, I think Bianca and Naomi are probably going to be in the Rumble as well. So there's going to be some moments there. Maybe they'll sort of reveal who attacked Jade over the course of the Rumble match itself. It's probably going to be one of those 2.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, interesting.
She'll probably be quite late in the Rumble if she does turn up. Maybe even number 30, because big surprise.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
But we'll go from there. Did you have Jade?
Nope.
Okay, let's go with your first then.
Trick Williams.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a surprise or not, or if it's a given at this point.
I don't know, it's kind of half and half. You never know with the NXT guys who could get called up in any given moment, but Trick's kind of run out of stuff to do on the NXT roster. I think he needs to make that move up, and he's still hot enough where it's the right move to bring him up. I think if you leave it too long, it's going to go a bit sour. I think they kind of did that with Gargano and Ciampa. I think they waited too long.
Yeah, you got to sort of strike when the iron's hot.
Yeah, certainly have, and the iron is still hot on Trick Williams. I'm hoping Carmelo Hayes is in the Rumble when he turns up.
Yeah, I thought 1 and 2.
Ooh.
Maybe.
After what they did last year with Jay and Jimmy, yeah, I'd love that.
Carmelo's
100%.
Carmelo's a good Iron Man as well.
I think so.
Have him at 1 and they can have a mini match before everyone comes in.
Yeah, that would be super fun. I'd love to see that. Okay, so for my second prediction, I'll also go for an NXT call-up, but I've gone for Axiom.
Okay.
I can't remember off the top of my head, because I don't follow NXT that closely, if he's still tag team champion or if they've just lost the belts. But if they have just lost the belts, they are due a call-up. Nathan Frazier and Axiom. And of the 2, I know who I'd rather have in the Rumble with those kind of spots.
What, and take the sort of Kofi spot position?
Yeah, well, if I was doing that, I think I'd have Javon Evans.
Oh.
But I think Axiom's sort of run his course now. I can't see him being like North American champion or NXT champion.
Yeah.
I think now's the time to do it. With speed being where it is, I think he'd be a good addition. There's a lot of real high-flying star wrestlers that we need to add, like an Axiom versus Penta or an Axiom versus Mysterio would be fun on the main roster. So I think now's the time.
Oh, speed is still a thing, isn't it?
It is still a thing.
Is it Andrade?
I don't bloody know. No, I know it's not Andrade, but I don't know who the champion is. Not a fucking clue. I think Candice LeRae might be the women's speed champion, but that's all I know.
Women's speed?
Yeah, there's 2.
Oh my god.
One of each. I'm pretty sure Candice LeRae is the women's speed champion. Not that you know, because you don't see it on the shows, but...
No, yeah, fair enough.
I reckon Axiom's going to probably turn up and have a few fun little spots before eliminating himself quite quickly.
I'd like to see it.
Yep. What's your second pick?
Asuka.
Yeah, she's been out a while.
Yeah.
She might be more ready than... she's the only one who can be ready for Asuka.
Nobody's ready, but yeah.
Except Asuka.
I'd very much like to see it.
Yeah.
It's been well documented. I'm a big Asuka fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, I'm putting out there to visualise it, to make it come true.
Well, I'll say first of all that if you're not an Asuka fan, you're wrong. So try again, because Asuka's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope she turns up. Going to be some damage control business for sure. We don't know exactly who's in it. We've got the list in front of us, but we haven't looked. But I'm pretty sure Io Sky is in the Rumble. So they can have a baka off, and that would be fun.
Yep. 1 and 2. No, let's stop that.
They can't all be 1 and 2.
Io would be a good number
let's-
1 in the Rumble, though.
Yeah, as an Iron Woman, I think she'd be perfect.
Everyone's good at number 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, build
oh
those iron
Paul,
people.
you know what you're doing.
Okay. Next up, I have got my absolute wild card, I think, who is least likely to turn up,
Okay.
but I'd quite like to see it. We always get a legend turn up. WWE have just penned a deal with TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Santino Marella.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah,
I would love that. Yeah.
but the problem with that is just because of his current gimmick in TNA. It's worlds apart from his gimmick in WWE, but they could have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see that a lot, thinking about it.
Even if they recreate the spot where he gets eliminated really quickly, but I think you'd have to have the Cobra in there. He's got quite a legacy for someone who just lived in the mid-card his entire career.
Who would eliminate him?
Sheamus, I think he eliminated him the first time.
It was Kane, wasn't it?
Oh, was
the
it Kane?
first
You're
time?
right. You're right. It was Kane. Sheamus would be a good one, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got history as well, haven't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what?
exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sheamus, before we continue, though, I want, because this has not happened in a Rumble to my recollection, I need a moment where someone almost gets eliminated, stands on the apron with their back to the ring, and sort of goes, oh, and then you just see Sheamus come up from behind them. Oh no, fella. Then a bunch of chest slaps and get the fuck out of here. Plenty of people could do that. I think like a Gable or a Kofi or a Woods, those three would be perfect for that particular spot.
Kofi's got the athleticism to kind of do it
and
as
because
well.
he's a heel,
Yeah.
that would be brilliant. Because everyone hates the New Day now.
Amazing.
I'd love to see it. Let's see it. Who is your third prediction?
Jordan Grace.
Yeah. She turned up last year. It was a nice little surprise. She's almost definitely getting signed when her contract's up.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes me sort of think that she won't be in it, just because it's such a given that she's coming over now. They might just be like, no.
Is she still the Knockouts champion? I can't remember.
Isn't it Slamovich?
I do not follow TNA in the slightest. I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you.
Possibly. But either way, if she turns up, that would be a nice surprise. Lots of people she could really have moments with, even more than there were this time last year, because the NXT roster's only grown on the women's side. So lots of fun moments.
Yep.
Speaking of NXT women, I'd like to pitch one Stephanie Vaquer to turn up in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's a good show, isn't it?
It's not going to be Julia, because she is the NXT champion. One of those two was going to take the title off Perez.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been happy with either, but whoever didn't, I think the other was going to either turn up in the Rumble and stay on the main roster, or turn up and have a really great few moments with people and then go back to NXT where they could really hone their craft. And since Julia's won it, it's got to be Stephanie.
Yeah.
I think she could do really well in the Rumble as well, depending on when she comes out.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'd love to see that, and I think she'd get a hell of a fucking pop as well.
The NXT women's division is so strong at the minute. You could literally just pick anyone, and put them in the Rumble, and it would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what Sean's doing down there, but he's doing something right.
He's being a horny bastard, is what he's doing, Jack. Let's be real.
The less said about that, the better.
Yes,
I think.
definitely. But I was thinking about it while getting these predictions, and the people I thought of, I was like, I can't remember who exactly had been called up. So some people have floundered after being called up. Lash Legend came to mind, because she's part of Metaphor, isn't she?
Oh God, yeah.
And they're on the main roster.
Oh.
So I was like, Lash Legend would be good as a surprise, but she's already on the main roster. It would be fun to see stuff like that. But
Maybe it would be
I'm struggling to remember.
A good opportunity for her to do a big spot in the Rumble, and everyone go, "Oh yeah, God, she is amazing."
But there are plenty of others they could add. But I think Stephanie will be the standout and probably the biggest surprise, because she's been with the company the least of the viable contenders. It'd be nice to see. Who is your fourth prediction?
I I wrote The Rock down, but I'm gonna go mad and I'm gonna change it on the fly right now. You mentioned TNA and WWE signing a deal.
Sure did.
Nick Nemeth.
Yeah,
As Nick Nemeth, not Dolph Ziggler. Nick Nemeth.
I did contemplate Nick Nemeth, but it would have been Dolph Ziggler in my mind.
No,
I don't think they could get away with that. I think there'd be a real problem, particularly if it's a hot crowd. They just won't buy it. They'll just start chanting Dolph or Let's Go Ziggler or something.
Wrestling fans are assholes,
Oh,
aren't they?
God, they ruin everything.
Such assholes.
But it'd be lovely to see Nemeth there.
Yeah.
He is still TNA champion, is he not? I believe he is.
Yep.
So I think with the TNA deal, it makes more sense to have someone come out on TV with the belt because it really adds more intrigue. This is what Jordan Grace did last year, so Nick Nemeth would be a really good shout, I think.
Yeah.
Who do you reckon would eliminate him?
Maybe someone else from TNA, and then they could carry on a feud.
Oh, Santino, got it.
Yeah, perfect. Done. Maybe Jordan Grace.
Maybe Moose turns up.
Oh, no.
Or
Josh Alexander.
Yeah. Read my mind.
I nearly wrote him, but I thought it's kind of too obvious at this point.
Yeah, exactly. So my fifth pick is maybe just as likely as Jade Cargill to turn up.
Okay.
Say his name and he appears.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Joe Hendry.
Is he going to appear? Oh, yeah.
Hi, Joe.
It's true.
That was a bit we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Hendry. I want him to come out late.
First.
No. Start with your 1 and 2 bollocks. Give him 30. Fuck it. Then he can have the entrance. I think he's got to have the entrance, definitely. But I think it would need to be late. But his entrances aren't long. I think people just really vibe with the music.
Yeah, you've got to get the light and you've got to get the turn.
Yeah, it's concise. After that, he could run.
Yeah.
But he does like to soak in the moment. So have him soak in the moment and then run. But saying that, Edge's entrance at the 2020 Rumble was like 3 bloody minutes.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? They don't stay that.
Yeah, for the right person, they'll bend the timing rules for the right people, and Joe Hendry is the right people.
Yeah.
So have him be there when Drew's in there would be fun. Mysterio's in there because they both got history with WCPW.
Yeah, it'd be good.
It'd be real fun. Who is your
LA Knight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they could do some decent promos maybe.
Oh yeah, would be really fun. Really fun. Who is your final prediction?
This is my absolute wild card one. Ricky Starks.
Oh. See, I contemplated it. Even if his contract is up, I don't think he's Rumble bound. I think he'll be in NXT.
Again, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna put it out there, and just let whatever happens. Because, I mean, he's going to WWE. There's
he is money.
Yeah,
he could really bolster the NXT division with what they can do as well. Like at Starks versus Femi, Starks versus Paige. Lots of really good matches. I'm sure Starks versus Paige happened in AEW as well, so they could really lean on that.
Must have done,
must have done at some point. Well, Starks had his brief face run. He must have feuded with Dan Lambert. That was his name, Dan Lambert.
Oh yeah.
And America's Top Team, which Ethan Page was a member of.
I thought that maybe Cody turns heel, and then has like a group. Surrounds himself with a faction, and that's when Starks comes in, maybe, because they're quite good friends in real life.
Yeah,
so that'd be a good way to bring him in.
Certainly would be great.
Stick him straight at the top.
That would be a way to make a statement. Because other than Cody, they haven't really done that with a male yet. Because the only other ones they've hired have been Nexus King and Ethan Page.
Well, jury's still out on Penta.
Yeah,
but.
It depends how big of a star they make him.
Straight to main.
I think it's because he's so travelled as a wrestler. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, that's
so he knows what he's doing. He just needs to develop the style, essentially. But no, that's our 5 wildcard predictions. You suggested we do a top 4, a final 4 for each Rumble.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this? You want to go 4, 4, 4, 4, or reveal one each?
Do the men's and then do the women's.
Okay.
I think.
You want to do one at a time, or
Yeah.
4
Well,
and 4?
do all 4.
Okay. My men's is not. It's not really out there. I've got 3 that are obvious and 1 that isn't so obvious that I'd just like to see.
Mm-hmm.
I have John Cena, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and main event Jey Uso.
Spicy.
So Reigns, Punk, and Cena. I'll be very, very surprised if like all 3 of them aren't in the final 4, because those are the 3 viable winners, I think, for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pick a 4th, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, Jay could have a lot of fun in that final 4. A lot of people recently have sort of critiqued his ring work. Like, he's a great character. He's great on the mic, but his matches haven't landed the way they should.
Super kick splash.
But-
Super kick splash.
But they're so hot on him, and the crowd loves him so much. This could really be the moment where they could, like, right, main event Jey Uso, final 4 of the Rumble, show us what you can do with these 3 absolute superstars.
Yeah. God, Jey Uso and John Cena would be a interesting sight, wouldn't
I
it?
think it would be more interesting to see what Jay and Reigns do.
Yes. Yes, I
And-
like that.
And Jay and Punk would be interesting as well, I think.
All faces.
Yeah, that is interesting. I hadn't thought of that, but I'd just like to see it. It'd be weird. Like I said, I'd be surprised if all 3 of those aren't in the final 4. But we'll see.
I had a final 5 in
Right.
my head, but I had to narrow it down. So
Okay, give me the 4 and then give me your 5th.
all right. Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
Damian Priest,
Oh, yeah, good shout.
Punk,
Mhm.
and Jacob Fatu.
Oh, yeah. Jacob would be a good shout for final 4 as well.
I had Braun Breaker as a 5th,
I did consider Bron before I put Jay in there. Yeah.
but yeah, we'll see. They're so hot on Jacob at the minute.
Rightly so.
That promo he cut.
He didn't even say all that much, but
No,
it was just
It's
it was
so
much
intense.
passion.
It's so intense.
So you loved it, absolutely loved
But
it.
I think Fatu and Reigns near the end would be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe
Those-
Fatu eliminates Reigns.
It'd be one of the other, I think.
But yeah, Priest as well, maybe, because
Priest is an outside shout to win the whole thing, isn't he?
yeah.
I think he's done so well in the roles he's been given.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'd absolutely love to see it. Now I'll go for my women's 4. Charlotte and Becky. Get those out of the way.
Fuck's sake.
Io Sky and Stephanie
I
Vaquer.
was gonna say, I swear to God, if you have the same as me, I'm gonna be so angry.
Have you got the same 4?
No.
Okay.
No.
You got 3 of those 4 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, Stephanie, I think will have a really strong showing. Having a final 4,
Mhm.
eliminated 4th, because I don't think anyone's feasibly going to think she'll win it.
Yeah.
But Io, Becky, and Charlotte as a final 3, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Becky returning, Charlotte returning. I think Charlotte will get the treatment that John Cena got in 2008. She'll turn up, get a huge pop, and then 5 minutes later, everyone will be like, "We don't like you."
Oh yeah, it's Charlotte Flair,
Yeah,
isn't
get
it?
the fuck out of here. We want Becky or Io
Just
to win.
Don't beat Tiffany straight away, please. For God's sake.
They have history as well, Charlotte and Tiffany, because Charlotte was on NXT for a moment in time.
Oh, she was, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was involved. Tiffany kind of had an interaction or 2 with Charlotte, so there's history there.
Interesting.
No, actually, I'm not going to speculate on that because we'll go for the winners on that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll jump into those 3 matches, all 3 of them that we've got for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and predict the winners before we wrap things up, I reckon.
You don't want to hear my final 4 now?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I just forgot.
Charlotte and Becky.
Yeah, get that out of the way.
Io.
Yeah, and
Jade.
okay. That yeah, with Jade coming,
And Jade gets
That's late.
eliminated. 4th.
we've got
the
basically the same
final
thing.
3.
Yeah. I think those are your 3 really, aren't they? There's no question about it.
Yeah. So it's
Shall we get that match first while we're on it? Who do you reckon's going to win?
Io. I already said it in my 2025 predictions. Io wins the Rumble.
I'm going to agree with you. She's not Bookie's favourite, not by quite a way, actually.
I see. I've not looked at the favourites deliberately.
Do you know who is favourite?
Well, no, because I've not looked at them.
Well, do you want to guess who is favourite? That's what I meant to say.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Oh.
Charlotte and Becky are the top two, but Io, and I think Io goes after Tiffany. Because they had their moment in War Games. We did like a moonsault off or whatever it was.
Yeah, Io won that.
Because she had the trash can on her head.
Yeah, she trusts trash can.
She trusts trash can.
Why is that not a t-shirt yet? Why is that not I trust trash can? Why is that not a...
Because it would sell out immediately, and obviously WWE are allergic to money.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, Io's the right call, I think. Charlotte and Becky. Becky's won the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Charlotte's won the Rumble off the top of my head. I don't think she has.
It's probably a safe thing to say that she has.
Asuka has. Becky has. Rhea has. Bianca has. Bailey has.
Well, that might be it then, mightn't it?
Well, it started in 2019, I believe, so 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We're missing one. But that could be Charlotte. I can't remember.
Don't know. Can't remember.
Genuinely can't remember. But I just want it to be Io as well. Like, everybody loves her and what she does. She's so good in the ring.
Yeah.
Her versus Tiffany, I think, would actually be a phenomenal match as well.
Yeah.
Give us that. I don't really care who Charlotte faces.
No.
I reckon Becky's teed up to face Rhea.
You could have Charlotte versus Rhea.
It's happened twice on a Mania.
Oh, they've traded wins, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, they could do a rubber later down the line, or they
Yeah.
could do it now. I hope they don't do it now.
No.
I'd rather have Becky and Rhea. Like, what's that? They've had a match before.
Must have.
I don't know whether it was at a Mania off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they've faced each other before. Yeah, actually, I think it was the last Mania. So that would be another trading wins, I think, if Becky wins.
Oh, fair enough.
But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's talk about the title match. Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Kevin Owens in a ladder match, with both the undisputed title belt and the winged eagle belt being held above the ring. Still don't understand why.
No,
They brought it out for supposedly 1 week, and then KO stole it and has kept it since, and they've just rolled with it from there.
It's probably because that belt, in my mind, you think of Stone Cold with it, and they want Kevin Owens to be the new Stone Cold. He does the stunner, he cuts the promos, and they just want that. In my mind, anyway.
It makes sense other than the fact that Kevin Owens is too good of a heel.
Yeah.
Austin wasn't the best as a heel. Once he became that guy, when they turned him heel, it just didn't work.
No.
Not as well.
It didn't, did it?
But Cody is too clean to be the next Austin as well. Owens is the closest person you're going to get to that role, but
yeah, you're right.
Too good as a heel, isn't he?
I mean, Cody's winning.
Yeah. Cody's holding that belt until at least WrestleMania.
Yeah, we just need to get that out there.
But with it being a ladder match, there's going to be a crazy spot of some kind. I reckon they might replicate what Cody did with Sammy Guevara.
Crossroads off the ladder.
I think so.
You think Owens is that athletic?
Well, all he needs to do is stand on the ladder and roll. And Kevin Owens is more athletic than anyone gives him credit for.
Yeah, no,
the man just did moonsaults for fun at one point.
Yeah.
So I think he can still do them. I think we'll just have to see.
Package pile driver off a ladder.
Yeah. They'll threaten it. I don't know if they'll do it.
Yeah,
but I reckon they'll threaten it. So we'll jump into the men's match. I'm going to quickly scroll down to see who has been announced, if I can find the mouse. There he is. Oh, not many. Not many. We are about 2 weeks removed from it. But so far, LA Knight, John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and Rey Mysterio.
Well, you think that's sure? Look at who's announced for the women's.
Nia Jax.
Brilliant.
Great. I think that the winner's in there.
Yeah.
In that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably the favourite. I'm actually gonna go for the bookie's
okay,
favourite.
I
think.
don't know who the favourite is, so I'll say mine first. Punk.
Not the bookie's favourite.
No. Okay.
Cena is the bookie's favourite. And
No.
I'm gonna go for it.
Oh.
He's really the promo he did, like hyping it up on the it was a Netflix premiere, wasn't it? We were like, I could win the Royal Rumble. I haven't won in 2 years, but I'll win the Royal Rumble, and that's how I'll get my WrestleMania moment. And then I reckon he faces Rhodes.
Ooh.
Main reason being, I reckon there's a multi-man for the World Heavyweight at Mania.
Okay.
Reigns is going to be tied up with some kind of bloodline thing.
I reckon somehow they'll work Reigns versus Rock.
Yeah, that could happen.
Because that's what they wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what they wanted last year, and the crowd went,
no. Finish the damn story, will you?
Yeah.
So they might tee it up this time, but apparently Rock isn't scheduled for Mania this year.
Oh, bollocks.
We'll see.
Bollocks.
Here's what I'm going to go with for the future WrestleMania prediction. I think Gunther will lose the World Heavyweight Championship at Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
And I think you will have a triple threat match at Mania between Punk and Rollins and McIntyre.
Okay.
Because they hate each other.
Yeah.
All three of them hate each other. That could main event night one as well.
It'd be a hell of a match.
Exactly. That, I think, gets Punk his WrestleMania main event that he's always wanted. World Heavyweight Championship has 3 very viable contenders for it. The only question is who goes in as champion. Out of those 3, I don't really care, but it's a question.
Well, only one of them hasn't held that belt.
True, that is true. But I don't know if Punk would want to walk in as champion. If he's going to have his Mania main event...
You think Punk beats Gunther?
Well, it's Elimination Chamber. Anyone could beat Gunther.
Oh, it's a good way to get the belt off him, isn't it?
Yeah, if you throw in those 3 and Jay and Priest...
Sheamus,
Priest.
Why not? Yeah. Yeah.
The options are there. There's plenty of people on Raw that could feasibly take the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that lines up for a hell of an Elimination Chamber.
Who's IC at the minute? Braun. Sheamus versus Braun.
I think that's what's coming.
My brain just started going.
I think that's what's coming. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah. We're looking at Mania and not the Rumble. Yeah, I'm going to go with Cena. You're going to go with Punk. Stick with it.
I'm going to stick with Punk.
Those could be final 2.
They almost probably definitely.
Imagine that match within a match with the history they've got between them.
I would very much like Punk to throw Cena out and then blow him a kiss. Please. Come on. Oh, yes.
I know. I don't. There's so many options. There's so many interwoven storylines in this. So I just don't know. But I think Cena will do it. I don't think Cena will beat Cody, though. That's my only concern.
No.
If he wins that 17th title, it's going to be later in the year, like at Survivor Series.
It'd be like is it you that said this? It'd almost be like he wins it and then gets cashed in on immediately.
And I said it would be Gunther.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? I don't know why I said it like that. Yeah, you
making
did.
Predictions. What do you think this is? A podcast?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think Gunther might win Money in the Bank after losing the title at the Elimination Chamber. And then maybe have him face Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Because that's been tabled, apparently.
Oh, get out.
Who would you have Logan face? He's going to be there.
No one.
He's going to be there.
I don't care. Who would I have Logan face?
Have him in a tag match with...
Gunther would chop the shit out of him, wouldn't he?
Logan and Dom versus Gunther and Kaiser.
Who else has been...
That's just all heels, though.
Solo got some nuclear heat, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get them 3 in a tag team. You could call them the...
Bastards.
The muted.
The muted. We're going to jump into the Royal Rumble 2005. Thank you for watching so far. Give us a like, a follow, and a subscribe. Let us know what you think of the episode in the comments. Enjoy the show. Oh, time for some more Royal Rumble goodness.
I bloody love a Rumble.
Yeah, we bloody love a Rumble on this podcast, that's for sure.
Tell you who doesn't love a Rumble. Vince McMahon's quads.
We will get to that. Jesus Christ. Got good old John LaFontaine doing the voiceover.
How expensive is he per word?
I believe he is $1,000 per word.
$1,000 per word.
That's an expensive word.
So what year is this?
2005.
2005.
And the lead up to WrestleMania 21.
So, 2005, so Benoit won the one previous to this.
Correct.
Right. Okay, just getting my timelines right. I think 2000 that Rumble 2004 might be my favourite Rumble.
It's one of the best
of all time,
in my opinion.
and it's. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's such a shame because you watch it and it's like, yeah. But
there's a very interesting fact I want to tell you as we get to the tail end of the Royal Rumble match itself. So look forward to that.
okay,
So this was that weird time when the WWE would have the commentator tables just miles apart.
yeah,
This is back
yeah.
when SmackDown was by the ring and Raw had to sit up at the top of the ramp. Here we have Edge to start the show.
Does Edge have the best entrance music of all time?
I think so.
Yeah.
And the fun fact is that Alter Bridge also did the song for this pay-per-view.
It's just everything about it is perfect.
Yep.
I think the fact that Edge clearly loves it and is so animated when he comes out just makes it so good.
And he's also good friends with the band, which is why he was able to migrate it over to AEW.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That is his song and always will be. But we're in a rookie Edge here, kind of. It's just when they're just starting to push him, because he hadn't won Money in the Bank at this point.
Oh, okay.
He won Money in the Bank at the following pay-per-view, the WrestleMania coming up.
So he's facing Shawn Michaels.
He is.
I'm going to go out on a limb. This will be a good match, won't it?
You sure? You sure you want to stick out on that limb?
Those two names, Edge and Shawn Michaels, I was like going through my head. I don't think I've ever seen them in a conversation before.
No.
And it's really strange when you think they were around at the same time. Like, that's a WrestleMania match.
Now, definitely. But
Yeah.
at this point, because Edge he was an upper mid-carder at this point.
Has he had the match with Foley yet?
No.
Why can't I say Foley?
Foley.
Yeah.
No, that was WrestleMania 22, so no, he hasn't.
Okay, because I think that's the match that solidified him as the guy.
Yeah, he'd been world champion at that point as well, Edge.
Okay.
He'd managed to win it at New Year's Revolution, so it would have taken place in January at some point, and lost it between then and Mania.
Oh, Edge.
I don't think Edge ever had a long title reign. Because when he feuded with Cena, they just hot potatoed it back and forth for like 2 years.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? Edge looks like he's aged 100 years.
In 19 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the short hair helps. I think he'd look younger with longer hair.
I think the shorter hair suits him now because he's got that sort of grizzled veteran look with the beard and.
Yeah, I disagree though. I think his like Royal Rumble return, he looked so cool because he had like the grizzled grey beard, but he still had the long hair.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah,
oh, he cut it for
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was a thing, wasn't it?
Edge started the Judgment Day. Isn't that crazy?
In the background, someone keeps trying to hold up a sign I think it says stop whining Edge. And as soon as it comes up, someone brings up another sign in front of it that says, "G'day, mate." Yeah, there it is.
That is what it says. Stop whining. Yeah, so I have watched this in anticipation and you haven't.
Someone just shouted HB gay in the crowd and it really got me.
I didn't catch that.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Just such a child.
But no, I have watched this in anticipation and you haven't. Going into this, I was very happy I did not know any of the results.
Yeah.
Because it really helped me invest with the matches themselves, because most of them, it's hard to tell who would win. And with this one in particular, because it's not for a title,
yeah,
either could feasibly win.
Oh, that was weird, wasn't it? They didn't know what to do.
Yeah, there was a bit of a lack of communication, but they got it.
That fan just say, "Get up and kick him in the face."
Probably. Sound advice.
I mean, that's what you should just do. Get up.
There you go. He got up and he kicked him in the face.
He did. Hey, see, that fan...
He knows something.
That fan is probably wrestling for AEW now.
That's Marco's stunt.
Yeah. Looking over the barrier. I'm sure he could kick my ass.
If he could reach it.
Yeah, headbutt it.
Bloody hell, what are we doing?
Apparently hating on Marco's stunt, apparently.
Yeah, I don't even think he signed with AEW. I don't know what I'm talking about.
He's retired, hasn't he, I think? Yeah. Big loss.
In both senses of the word?
Why are we hating on... We're watching Edge versus Shawn Michaels.
I don't know, I just thought of Marco's stunt. He was the first name that came to mind. Sorry, Marco, if you're watching. You're not, but if you are... Yeah, we were kind of in... This is like Handsome Edge. We were still young enough where all the girls went crazy for him. Do you not remember that time?
No.
So I remember... It started when he was in the Brood. Like, he cut a promo, and the promo was awful. Absolutely awful. But all you could hear was just high-pitched squeals whenever he said anything while he was in the Brood.
Yeah, if it works, gets you over, why not?
Yep. Helps to be handsome in the wrestling industry.
Handsome or really ugly?
You got an example for that one?
Vader.
Was he popular with the ladies?
Oh, really ugly, that's what I'm saying. Although I wouldn't say Vader was really ugly, was he? He was just a big bloke.
Exactly.
Kane.
I mean, Mayor Kane. Corporate Kane.
I mean, Kane's interesting looking at best.
Yeah. Kane is on this card. And he's definitely not the most interesting looking person on this card.
Okay. Edge was like a weird build, wasn't he? Because he's tall. Like, really tall.
6'5", I think.
Yeah. But he's quite gangly, isn't he? He was never, like, big.
He never needed to be because he was so tall.
Yeah. But he doesn't look it. There's certain points where you look at him and you go, oh, God, you are like a giant man, aren't you?
Yeah, you can see why he was paired with Randy Orton for a little while.
Like when he stands next to the ref, you're like, oh, God, yeah, you're actually huge. He was in Vikings when I was watching that. And he was just towering above everybody. And it was like, oh, yeah.
Isn't Gustav Skarsgård quite short as well?
No, Gustav Skarsgård's like really tall as well.
Really?
But he
plays short.
He slouches because he's Floki in Vikings, isn't he? But he's in... when I realised how tall he was, he's in Westworld Season 2.
Oh, okay.
And he stands like head and shoulders above everybody. If I'm going to show you.
Yeah, please do. In the meantime, I'm going to point out there was a sign that said, Macho, we need you. He's not coming back to the company, mate. Not a chance.
No.
Oh, so Edge did HBK's little taunt there. And Edge has this uncanny ability, I don't know if you've noticed this as well, to cover his nose with a rope whenever he poses.
No.
Have you seen that famous gif of him where he's got like a smirk on his face, but then the rope's covering his nose. So
No.
what someone has done is they've edited it to cut out his nose entirely because the rope's there.
Gustav Skarsgård is 6'4".
That is insane. So while you've got your phone out, just look up, just type Edge no nose, and you'll get it.
Oh, God.
He has this uncanny ability to get the rope exactly where his nose is.
Oh, that's the original
There you
picture,
go.
is it? Amazing.
Yeah, really kind of bringing the best out of each other, aren't they?
Shawn Michaels bringing the best out of someone in a wrestling match.
No.
Normally, that's like the kiss of death for a wrestler, isn't it? You get pigeonholed at making everybody else look good. So they're reluctant to push you.
But
it's
he's
like
just
Ziggler.
that good, isn't he?
Yeah. Ziggler was like that.
Mm.
Bret Hart to a maybe.
Yeah. But Brett was pushed before Shawn, so...
There's a sign that says Edge sucks, but something is written in between the letters, in between the words, and I can't see what it is.
I'll have to see if I can spot it.
It's a massive sign and it's near the front.
Yeah, I think I've seen it, but I didn't see the text beforehand, like in between. God, I love the ruthless aggression era, haven't you? We're not quite PG, we're not quite Attitude. So signs are still aplenty, but they're a little tamer.
Yeah. Don't pull Shawn's hair. Just clinging on for dear life.
Won't matter in about 15 years' time. Oh.
$1 million knee lift.
Never heard that before in my life. Yeah, there's a real lack of communication in this match, but they managed to pull it off pretty well. Sign there that said, I saw Ric Flair's butt.
I think we all have.
Whether we wanted to or not. There you go. Is that toss you don't see much of anymore?
I thought he was going for a Walls of Jericho or something for a minute. It looked really weird.
Oh, a spear to the outside.
So he was using the spear at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Always a strange move, I thought, for Edge. Because he tried different stuff, didn't he?
Yeah. But he uses a bunch of his moves here. He uses like the electric chair drop, and he uses the was it the Edgecutor, the submission?
There was that. There was the Education. Was there? I don't know. One was a DDT.
Yeah,
and then one was a weird like sit out and neck breaker thing.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times in this match already, but I can't remember the name of it.
The Edge drop off the edge.
Yeah, why not?
The
Edge.
Yeah. It's a weird name as well. Weird like wrestling name, isn't it?
I wish I could remember the story of how it came about.
I know he said that he sort of regretted it because you can't chant for Edge. You can't go Edge.
It's got to have 2 or 3 syllables, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where he started trying to get rated R over because it's got that 3 syllables, hasn't it? That really fits a wrestling chant.
Oh, there's the spear.
That ought to do it. You've never watched a Shawn Michaels match before. There's got to be about 10 close pins.
And people complain about Will Ospreay matches. I'm just saying.
Sorry, you mentioned Will Ospreay matches and I just started yawning.
You shut your filthy mouth.
I don't think Edge is going to cause Shawn Michaels to have a nervous breakdown. That's probably all the cocaine use over the years.
Better joke than I was going to make. I was going to talk about all the women he's been hiring. They'll give him a heart attack.
Sunny days. No, that's not funny. That's not funny.
You haven't responded. I've sent you the same picture twice and you haven't responded to it. The referee he hired.
The what?
You don't remember this, do you?
No.
Get the phone.
Oh, for God's sake.
Get the phone. We can wait till after the match, but just type new NXT referee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, because, I am ignoring it because, no, I'm not looking at
You know I'm right, though.
Because Shawn Michaels is turning NXT into a bunch of baddies. That's all he seems to be doing recently.
Yep, that is what it is. Well, like SXT, am I right?
Yeah, someone get Shawn in charge, like, out of hiring.
Rein him in.
It's getting mental now.
You dirty bastard. Time for him to tune up the band, though.
God, listen to that crowd.
You're surprised that Shawn Michaels is over as fuck.
I know.
Good counter that into the electric chair drop.
Yeah, it's one of the better super kick counters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shawn's chops were always really loud. He always got like a really good sound out of it. But no one ever speaks about how hard his chops were.
No, not really. He must have really got the technique down.
Yeah.
Because
there was some people like around this time that were like their chops were like renowned for hurting. Like Benoit had really stiff chops. Guerrero had really stiff chops.
Hardcore Holly had really stiff chops.
Yeah.
Did you forget what show you're watching?
Yeah, a little bit. Has Michaels ever tapped out?
I did think that when watching this. I don't think he has. Not that I can remember. I mean, Angle's probably made him tap. I know
Benoit?
Benoit, maybe. Maybe during the time just before this when he was world champion, he might have made Michaels tap. Because he made Triple H tap at WrestleMania 20.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine Shawn Michaels tapping out. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, I would do. So this match has actually been going on for about 20 minutes now. And you can see why they did it. Fucking solid opening match. When they've got a fit of Rumble in here as well. Edge snuck a win.
Shawn Michaels never tapped out.
That's insane. How do you get away with that?
Oh, okay. I missed the pin. It was
Typical heel pin.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, you want to know who comes out of this show looking real fucking good?
Is it Eric Bischoff?
It's Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, cool. Yeah, obviously.
You see the best of Eddie Guerrero in this show. So there's a lot of segments throughout this whole pay-per-view where they do here's your number for the Royal Rumble bit with Tori Wilson and Christy Hemme wearing not a lot of clothing. But that's by the by.
I wasn't listening to you then.
Were you staring at Eric Bischoff and Teddy Long in suits?
Yeah, let's go with there. I was staring at those two, yeah.
Well, they're the only ones on screen. There you go. Christy Hemme, Tori Wilson not wearing a whole lot.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
I was staring at how white Eric Bischoff's teeth are,
Yes.
to be honest.
So they get joined by Ric Flair and Eddie Guerrero, who draw their numbers.
Were they ever a team?
No.
Why?
They're on separate brands.
They're perfect together.
I'd like to watch this, just to watch this segment, and I'll recap it for the folks at home. Ric Flair, full swagger. 16 times, baby.
Did Eddie just chug us on the floor?
On the table, I think. Eddie Guerrero wishes Ric Flair good luck and walks away. Ric Flair shows the girls his number. Eddie switched the numbers.
I just clocked it. Oh, good. Good stuff.
Who else but Eddie Guerrero?
Oh, there's Hayden Wright.
Not a person you thought you'd see on this pay-per-view, is it?
I'm amazed I recognised him so quickly,
Yeah,
to be
I actually
honest.
did as well.
Pans out and he's on the toilet.
He just looked a bit intense, doesn't he?
Oh, God. We are in 2006.
With Snitsky at the helm, yes.
What is happening?
Just two freaks being freaky, man. Snitsky and
They're
Heidenreich.
touching each other's chests.
Saying they like each
saying
other.
how much they like each other.
And how much they hate caskets.
Wrestling really does walk that line, doesn't it? Like, you know what I mean?
It does like the beginning of a certain kind of movie, doesn't it?
And now they kiss?
Yeah, no kiss. Heidenreich and Snitsky sitting in a tree.
Taz is going, I don't know what's happening there, then just starts going like that.
Here you go. We have The Undertaker facing Heidenreich in a casket match.
So I don't remember anything about Heidenreich. The only things I can remember about him was he had a weird promo where he did something funky to Michael Cole.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot about that. What exactly did he do again?
It looks like he is forcing himself upon him because I think he comes up like behind Michael Cole and he's like shoved him up against the wall and it's just it's
a bit suspicious.
It's not a good look. Yeah.
This match actually made Heidenreich look like a pretty good actor.
Right.
Because obviously he's afraid of caskets. So he has to play out some fear, and I believed it. Yeah. Heidenreich specifically said, I'm not scared of The Undertaker, I'm just scared of caskets.
Right.
Any other match, I'm fine. But Undertaker had the choice of match. And that's what he chose.
Yeah, he keeps glancing over to the casket.
Yeah, exactly.
He?
It's just that fear. You never want to take your eyes off the thing you fear. It's very nice of you to say, Jack, but exactly. Fucking golden retriever of a man I am.
So it's a casket match. So
Throw him in the casket, shut the lid.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen a good casket match. I'm just gonna say it.
Just say we've watched one on the show before, and it was Mabel facing the Undertaker. So, and then there was Mark Henry, and there's a bunch of Darby Allin ones.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah. Has he ever coffin dropped into a coffin?
not to lose the match.
It's gonna happen.
I hope that it does. It seems like the perfect spot for it.
I mean, I want to see it, but I also hope he doesn't because the margin of error is so high on that.
True. But only if there's thumbtacks in the coffin as well.
Oh, yeah. And fire.
And fire.
And glass.
Yeah.
Cry me a river.
Mm-hmm. And a pile of chairs.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Darby Allin fan in the world, but I don't want to see him get hurt.
Yeah, that's why. I like Darby Allin a lot, but sometimes you've got to say no.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to see any wrestler get hurt. I mean, we watch this for entertainment purposes, and it's not... You know, like they're literally putting their bodies on the line every time they go out there, and just it's watching someone get injured just isn't fun.
And you also say this is someone who was a massive fan of ECW, so that kind of goes to show how bad it's gotten in terms of like lack of safety or regard for your own safety. Yeah.
I think it shows just how mad wrestlers actually are and the lengths that they do go to entertain. Mm-hmm. It's a weird like catch-22. It's like, yeah, as wrestling fans, I appreciate them putting their bodies on the line, but I also don't want them to do it so much that they risk serious injury.
Yeah, there's a line.
Yeah, that's it. Like it's like when you watch Mick Foley come out. And he can like barely walk and stuff, and it's like he did that to entertain us. And so I appreciate everything that he's done, but also I don't like the fact that he is now struggling to just do basic things.
I kind of wish he hadn't.
Yeah.
For his own sake.
Yeah, it's a weird like. I don't really know how to explain it.
You're absolutely right. But things are ramping up in this match because Snitsky's come by to interfere. And because it's a casket match, no disqualification. So anything goes. Oh, that's Nick Patrick. I didn't recognise him without his mullet.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. He's got normal hair.
Just looks like a man.
Yeah. Oh, that's not how you do a double suplex.
Hey!
Heidenreich didn't have his arm in place.
It almost looked like a rib. Like, let's do a double suplex. Yeah, and then just doesn't.
Asking him to open up the casket. We got a visitor in there, though. What's the most interested looking man in the room, according to you? It's Kane.
Just imagine Kane laying that casket.
Yeah, just chilling.
Oh, that clothesline didn't look good, did it?
No, Snitsky didn't really get
He
himself
sort
over.
of clotheslined him like that.
Those crowd members are loving the fact that they're going towards them.
It's weird seeing like two different wrestling fans when wrestlers go out into the crowd. There are the ones that are like, fucking yes! And the others that are just like,
oh no. There you go, Heidenreich pushing the casket up the ramp. Very gingerly. It's almost as if he's scared.
God, a Christian coalition sign.
That was a thing? I don't know what that means.
That was Christian and Tomko, wasn't it? I think.
That makes sense, because they are both on this card. Well, they appear. Undertaker's knee did explode on those steel steps, Taz, you're right. Undertaker loved doing that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Throwing himself over the steps.
Is he saying bang bang whenever he punches?
Yeah, Heidenreich does the same thing, apparently.
Amazing.
Heidenreich takes a little peek in the casket. Just, anybody there? No. Good. Rolls it into Taker as well.
I mean, if you didn't see Taker roll under the ring at the moment of impact, it would have looked a bit better, but...
Yeah.
What did that song say? Heidenreich is an idiot.
That's exactly what it said.
Amazing.
And Heidenreich doesn't know how to put a sleeper on, so he must be an idiot.
Yeah, what is that?
No, that's not anything. He's not even touching his neck.
Yeah,
I think Undertaker's rolling his eyes at the ineptitude rather than passing
he's
out.
got one hand
One
here.
here, one here.
Hang on, put me in that position. Try and choke me out
So
with
it's
it.
like that. Like that.
I mean, I feel like you're in a submission. Like if...
You're stunning me, that's what that is.
Yeah, I don't quite
Absolutely
understand
ridiculous.
what that was.
So Heidenreich rolls Undertaker in. Can't quite close the lid because he's got his arm out. And Heidenreich's just like...
Bang, bang, slap, slap, bang.
I mean, the match is shit, but it's entertaining.
He's going to decapitate him with this clearly plastic lid.
And his head's not even in. It's just half his torso's in there.
Is that going to holy shit chant?
Yeah, it's got a holy shit
Jesus.
chant. I mean, that can't have been fun to take on either side.
No.
A leg drop onto a coffin when you're inside it, like halfway. I don't want to take that. What about you?
Bang, bang, he says.
It's like Cactus Jack and Shane McMahon rolled into one. Nice spinning sidewalk slam from Heidenreich, though.
I don't think it's possible to do that move and not make it look good.
If you're not strong enough to keep your opponent off the ground,
Yeah,
I
if
think
you
it's
just
the
let
only
go.
way.
Just,
oh no! Heidenreich tries to pin Taker as well.
Yeah, that sign was right. He is an idiot.
What are you pulling him for, Heidenreich? Just roll him.
They're trying to make out like, oh, he's trying to pull this 300-pound man. How big is Heidenreich? He's a huge man.
He's not
himself.
far off. He's very close in size. He's got that goozle.
That ref just went, ah!
Playing up the drama. I love it.
That's Paul Bearer's thing.
Boom!
Such a good gimmick. Bang! Boom! Elbow!
He's doing it as he's getting hit as well. Heidenreich, you fucking madman.
Oi!
That was a messy DDT, but it'll do. Are you chokeslamming him because you can't tombstone him, Taker?
I reckon he could.
I can't remember if he does.
Because he tombstoned Mark Henry, didn't he?
Yeah, I can't remember when that was, though.
Oh,
He barely lifted up Heidenreich for the
probably should have
chokeslam.
tombstoned him. He took a chokeslam the Hulk Hogan way.
Or maybe he will.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he does do it.
Oh.
He's fine. He was fine. There was space between his head and the mat. But as I'm pretty sure has happened with every casket match in his life, Undertaker wins.
I was just trying to think.
I don't think he's lost one.
Yeah.
But he's never won a buried alive match.
Which is so weird to say.
Yeah. I'm not going in the casket, but you can bury me.
The way The Undertaker, like, just his body language sometimes. Like, he's got his hands on his hips and he's walking around.
I think he's disappointed.
Yeah, he seemed to do that a lot.
He had very high standards for himself. And everyone in the locker room, pretty much.
Hide and right, meet your maker. It's very glittery as well. Like, someone's put a lot of effort into that sign.
Your maker?
Yes. A sign said, Original Deadman fan, number 5.
You don't want to say number 1?
No.
You're just number 5.
Just fifth.
I don't mean to brag, but I'm the 5th biggest Undertaker fan in the
fifth
world.
Most original. I don't know
I think there was
how
space
that
there.
was safe.
I think the rule for the Undertaker is if you can smell their balls, I think you're safe.
Yeah. It's a weird move, isn't it? Because it's not like a normal sit-out pile driver. Because I listened to Jim Cornette talk about this. If a wrestler has big legs and a big ass, you can do a pile driver on anybody, and it'd be impossible for their head to touch the mat. So that's why, like, Rikishi used a sit-out pile driver. Triple H looks weird with no knee pads, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks like a chicken.
What is that about?
So Evolution have come out to confront Eddie Guerrero to get Ric Flair's number back.
His arms are actually bigger than his legs.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
And it looks so weird.
It doesn't help he stood next to Batista.
Yeah.
Former bodybuilder Batista.
Oh, Eddie.
He also stole Ric Flair's wallet. Fucking hell, Eddie.
So, he passed a year after this, didn't he, Guerrero?
Less than.
Oh, man. Because he was... When he passed, he was having a bit of a resurgence,
Yeah,
wasn't
this
he?
was the same year as the custody for Dom match. Oh, there's dissension in Evolution, Jack.
Oh, Batista's vein arms are making me feel a bit sick.
He's very vascular, isn't he?
I don't need to see your blood, man. Just, like, I know it's there. Just, like, put it away, for God's sake.
But his muscles are so big that they're pressing the veins against the skin.
Oh,
There you go. There's the Christian concoction, or whatever the fuck they were called. So Christian's about to draw his number.
Even in 2006, Christian's just been an asshole to everybody.
They're interrupted by United States champion John Cena. He's got his spinner belt as well. Oh, this gets better. You wait.
We've seen Christian rap before and it was fucking perfect. Do you remember that?
We're about to see it again.
Oh.
Tom, can I give me a beat? No.
I've never seen someone tuck a t-shirt into their wrestling tights before. Oh, because they're gay. Oh. Good insult, John Cena.
He made all sorts of gay jokes around this time.
I know.
All the time. That was basically his thing. Gay. Playing with balls.
Oh, Jesus. It's triple threat.
This is a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. The champion JBL defending against Big Show and Kurt Angle.
Is this during his record-breaking reign?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe he'd been champion the whole time. Since, I want to say, Great American Bash 2004, which was like May. So he'd held it for about 7-8 months. 7 months. So the storyline going into this is that JBL and Kurt Angle had a standard match for the title and Big Show stopped it from happening.
Right.
And as a result, it ended up being a triple threat.
Is this going to be one of those matches? Because this happened a lot at this time, didn't it? Where Angle just looked like a child.
because he's next to JBL and Big Show.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean. This, I don't think, was very long before he left.
Because he left during his ECW run.
Okay, so that would have been 2006, 2007 then. So only a couple of years removed.
Because they moved him over there. And I think they planned on making him the sort of focal point of WWE ECW. So what were we saying about painful chops earlier?
Yeah, that's
Big
not a chop though. That's the only difference. That is an open palm slap to the chest. Yep, that'll do it. JBL asked for a timeout.
Jesus Christ.
Big Show just catching JBL in midair.
Like, JBL was a big man.
280, 290.
I reckon he's bigger than that. Because he was tall, wasn't he?
He was always billed at something like that.
There's a lot of him.
I think the only thing that might not help that is that he's not all muscle.
Yeah, his build always really worked for the way he wrestles.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
he's a tough guy. That was his thing.
Yeah, he just wrestled like a brawler.
But he's got what the kids would call a dad bod.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, is it? It's like...
I mean, it pretty much means you've just got a bit of a tummy.
He looks like someone that works out, but also looks like someone that drinks a lot of beer.
Yeah.
Like,
it's pretty accurate for
yeah,
JBL, yeah.
I mean, it's that look, isn't it? It's...
Obviously, Big Show made to look like an absolute monster.
Oh, that camera angle didn't do that any favours, did it?
No.
You could see he was nowhere near.
So yeah, at this point, Big Show's really sort of channeling King Kong Bundy, isn't he?
Yeah. I think the weight and size that he is here, it looks pretty spot on.
Yeah. He's just got a beard. I think that's the only difference.
Yeah. Because he doesn't look skinny, but he looks big. And I know it's stupid because he's like 7 foot tall and he is
Big
massive.
Show.
But yeah, he looks like huge. And I think that not that lack of muscles are like not a bad way to put it, but he doesn't look defined. He just looks fucking huge.
Yeah.
And it just makes him look really scary.
And this is the Big Show I always knew as well.
Yeah.
Like I've spoken many times before this podcast, I'd never seen any WCW at all. So seeing him as the Giant, where he's actually quite slender.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a pretty solid staple of a triple threat match, Jack?
Table.
No, one person getting eliminated for a good 10, 15 minutes.
Table spot.
I don't think there is a table spot.
I'm just going to repeat it until you tell me I'm right.
We've had an announcer's table spot. Will
There
that
we
do?
go. Yeah, that'll do.
I barely count that as a table in my mind.
Yeah.
It's just 3 pieces of polystyrene, essentially, that's been, like, joined together.
Like so many people have said around this time, Angle's cardio was just next level.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Like people would try and get him gassed, and they just couldn't. Like he was a freak. Like,
oh yeah,
just a complete specimen of a man.
It was always so intense, and I don't know where this fell with his addiction issues as well, because I think those only made him more intense.
Well, yeah, it's. I think that's why he struggles so much now, because he was taking a lot of painkillers because he was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
But pain is your body's way of telling you to stop and you need a rest. So by ignoring that, you're just pushing yourself beyond the limits. And it's just like, because he says he has, he struggles with his hands now, doesn't he? But that's like nerves in your neck.
Yeah, a lot of nerve damage. And he already had neck issues before he even started wrestling, so...
Well, I think I might be wrong in this, but when he won the gold medal, he broke his neck in the match before, wasn't it? And they said, you need to have surgery. And he said, no, I've come this far. I like to winning a gold medal, which was like obviously his dream. So they said, we'll give you these shots what they cortisol shots,
Maybe.
whatever they're called,
Yeah, maybe.
or something in his neck to get through it. So he did win it with a broken neck, but he shouldn't have. Like, he pushed his body way further than it should have gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was that why he struggles so much now.
Yeah,
But he turned
it's
that into
insane.
a whole other career, like a whole other wrestling career. Like,
It was one of the biggest parts of two of the biggest wrestling companies.
yeah,
But right now, he's getting manhandled by the Big Show, who's come back into the fold.
well, they always said about Angle as well. Like, he took to the wrestling business quicker than anybody they've ever seen, and
Yeah.
not just the in-ring part, because you can teach someone how to do a hip toss, suplex, drop kick. It's the psychology and how to put together a match. He picked it up so fast.
Yeah, he is one of the quickest people ever to go from debut to world champion.
That does not surprise me. It's also weird because he was a name anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, just to point this out, I think that he has roughly the same amount of time from WWE debut to winning the WWE Championship as AJ Styles. And AJ Styles was a 15, 20-year veteran by that point.
yeah. But a lot of Americans knew who Kurt Angle was.
Yeah, so he had the name as well.
It's not like I'm trying to think of an example.
Because I think Gable Steveson, how they put a load of stock into him.
Yeah. It's not like a sort of no-name wrestler who done nothing in the past, or has got no priors debuting. It'd be like debuting I can't even think of a wrestler.
No, but I get your point. Because anyone who's had that kind of meteoric rise already has the background in that kind of thing.
That's
like Brock
it.
Lesnar as well.
Yeah, he had pretty good credentials.
It took him 4 months from main roster debut to winning the world championship.
Yeah. It would be like a Maven.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
All our distracted talking aside, it's a pretty solid triple threat match.
Yeah.
Including a barricade spot as well. Big Show just shoves JBL through the barricade.
Shove is a good way to put it, yeah. Taz, I don't think I've seen anything like that. When you in ECW?
Yeah. You've seen much worse than that.
Always looks impressive though, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, Angle's ready and waiting with a steel chair though.
So Kurt's just kneeling down in...
He's trying to hide the chair he's holding.
Oh, right.
So the Big Show can't see it. Yeah, so I'm going to need your help with this last stretch of the match just to be sure I'm not missing anything. Because there's a fuckload of interference to end this up. You got the Bashams helping out JBL because they're part of his cabinet. You got Mark Jindrak interfering.
Oh, Jesus Christ, okay.
And Luther Reigns as well. I think all of those are employed by JBL. No, actually, no, Jindrak and Reigns are basically the new Team Angle.
Right.
And there's Orlando Jordan as well.
Wow, we really are in 2006 here,
Yes,
aren't
we are.
Were they a pairing then?
Yeah, I remember Orlando Jordan being part of it, but not the Bashams. But JBL gets his clothesline from hell to retain the World Championship.
Yeah, that turned into a bit of a clusterfuck at the end.
Sure
didn't
did. Peak 2005 WWE, isn't it?
It's weird to say, but Kurt Angle was a bit of an afterthought in that match.
Yeah. They were really trying to push the Big Show as this monster because, I mean, everyone knew what Kurt Angle could do. JBL's still in the process of his first world title run.
Such a good finisher.
That clothesline from hell, yeah. It looks like it fucking sucks.
It really fit JBL as well, wasn't it?
I'm just going to hit you really hard, and that'll keep you down.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring things up again with a slightly funny backstage segment. We've got Batista running into Carlito. So Carlito asks Batista very kindly to sign his petition. Batista refuses. Carlito tees up for a spitting of the apple, but backs up when Batista mildly threatens him.
Mildly threatens him. He threatened to shove the petition up his ass.
Yeah. So our next match is Triple H versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Evolution has been banned from ringside. And as per the dissension within Evolution, Batista seems quite pleased at having to tell Triple H the bad news.
So we're not far off the... See, Triple H looks normal now. He's put on knee pads.
Weird, isn't it? Just something about knee pads.
Evolution's banned from ringside. Wasn't Randy Orton in Evolution? What's happening here? Sorry.
As soon as he won the World Heavyweight Championship from Chris Benoit, he got kicked out of Evolution.
Oh, of course he did.
Yeah. That was where the thumb originated from, because when he won it, he was on Batista's shoulders and Triple H gave him that.
And that was Orton becoming the youngest...
Yeah, ever.
Yeah.
Still is the youngest ever.
And that moment's been tainted as well now, isn't it? Because WWE can't really talk about it.
Because of who he beat, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that drop kick.
Such a good drop kick. It's up there as one of the best.
Well, it helps he's like 25 years old.
Yeah. I mean, best drop kick ever?
One of. I like Paul London's a lot.
Okay. Lance Storm. Like
all
day.
The thing with Paul London is that he did an actual like backflip.
He did, didn't he? He did like a full-on...
Yeah, he did turn sideways slightly like most people do.
Some guy in the front row just stood up and went...
Straight to Triple H.
In Triple H we trust. God, that's a sign
Yeah.
that's aged well, hasn't
I
it?
don't know how people are seeing into the future here.
God, Randy Orton was acknowledging his tribal chief. In Triple H we trust. There's a big dog sign.
Yeah. Who said time travel is not real?
Marco's stunt runs out.
Oh my god.
What the fuck was that?
That was countering an RKO by just throwing him out.
Fair play.
Made the most of it while he was young, that's for sure. Look how few tattoos he has as well, Randy Orton.
Yeah, if I remember, he broke his collarbone, didn't he? In a rumble, was it?
I'm not sure, actually.
And then when he came back, he had like full sleeves.
So that's the time to do it.
Yeah.
When you're out for a few months.
See, anyone other than Randy Orton doing Randy Orton's pose just looks wrong because he's got like...
He's gangly like the Edge.
He's like the Edge.
He's like the Edge.
The Edge is fine. That was a really obscure reference for you. See who gets that. He's got hyperextended shoulders, hasn't he? So his shoulders go back. So when he does it, like, I can't do it. But
I don't think I can. My shoulders definitely don't have that flexibility.
I felt really good though.
No, not quite.
No, it's weird. It's like trying to touch your elbows together behind your back.
Maybe that's his longevity. Or like you join your hands behind your back, because not many people can do that. Like one over, one under.
I used to be able to do that.
I still can. Amazingly. But I have got quite long limbs myself.
Yeah, I've got little stubby arms and stubby legs. I wonder if I still can. No chance.
You were very, very close.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Yeah, I can do it that way.
I haven't done it in a while, but I think I can do that.
Okay. Yeah,
There
mine
as
was
well.
more of a...
See now. This looks good on camera, doesn't it?
Fucking hell, fair play.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about my
That was
body
a
that allows me
proper-
to do it, but I'm like that behind my back.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a weird body anyway. I've got fucked up thumbs that bend too far back.
I have in different ways.
Yeah.
Like blind in one eye.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm legally blind as well, so...
God, what's wrong with us?
Broken people. But I've got what's called Pedro Pascal thumb. He's got the same thumbs as me.
Oh, yeah.
But that bends back too far, like that. There you go. Gross, isn't it?
It's just like planks of wood. My thumbs, they just don't move.
But my younger brother does it with that knuckle. He can bend that at 90 degree like that. So his thumb will just come out like that. It makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, not a fan of that. Can't do anything weird with my hands. It's just...
Would you like to?
Blimey. Bit awkward now, isn't it?
Nah, that's what are you talking about?
Triple H with long hair. Weird looking at it now.
Yeah, in hindsight, it doesn't seem right. But it's what we always knew. We never knew a short-haired Paul Levesque.
Yeah, he always had long hair, didn't he? Even as, like, terrorising.
The only thing that changed was the facial hair, pretty much.
Yeah.
His hair did get thinner as he grew up, though.
His head?
His hair.
Did it get thinner?
I think so. I remember him being, like, really luscious when he was, like, part of the Blue Bloods and stuff. And even when he got sweaty, it didn't look like that. That's like fucking... what do they call it? It looks like dragon's hair. The sweet you get. It's like really fucking thin and fine.
Okay.
You know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah, I don't seem to remember him having follicle problems.
No.
He must have just shaved it for the convenience.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to have quite long hair, and it is a pain in the ass, I'll be honest.
Well, most wrestlers have long hair just because it's really dramatic.
Yeah, it adds to the theatrics of
Exactly.
it, doesn't it? And
it moves about when you're selling.
I think you can hide a lot of moves as well, like a DDT or a pile driver.
True.
Like it.
Aren't many wrestlers that have got away throughout their careers with just short hair. I mean, John Cena and Randy Orton both did. There aren't too many others.
Stone Cold. Oh, he had long
He
hair.
had long hair.
Yeah, he did. Vader.
Well, was he a success story like Cena or Orton?
Not in America.
Mm.
So American wrestling, you mean?
Well, yeah. I'm talking like a mainstream appeal.
Flair?
Yeah.
Sting?
Flair has had long hair.
Long-ish.
Long enough.
He had like a soccer mum cut, didn't he?
Sting's had long enough hair. I'd say shoulder length would count. It still flows.
Yeah.
When you get hit, it still flies across your body.
Lesnar.
Lesnar's a good one, although he's
Got the man bun
now
thing going on
yeah,
now, isn't he?
But I don't think there's any drama to that because it's always tied up.
Benoit?
Yeah, Benoit had long hair.
Oh
as
no,
the
he did
Pegasus
have.
kid.
Yeah, he did have long hair.
There aren't many.
Yeah.
I think Lesnar counts purely because any time he's had long hair, it's been tied up, so it couldn't really move.
Yeah. The Rock?
Yeah, Rock's a good one.
I'm just trying to go through Attitude Era.
Yeah, just think of the biggest wrestlers in the world. Most of them have long hair. I don't know if Kane counts. I don't know if it was his real hair.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll never know on that, will we?
No.
Angle.
True, yeah.
I forgot what we're talking about. I was just naming wrestlers.
It was AJ Styles up to a certain point, and then he got really long hair.
Yeah, he never really had long hair until he was in WWE, did he?
I don't know what changed.
Oh no, he kind of did in TNA when he was doing the lone.
That was always like a bob,
The lone
basically,
wolf
wasn't
thing.
it?
Yeah.
And then
It was a bit emo hair.
He just continued to let it grow as he went through Japan, and then came into WWE with the mom hair, and he's let it grow more.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder when the long hair for wrestlers became a thing, because if you go back and look at like older wrestlers, they don't have long hair.
The earliest example I'm aware of, because like early wrestling days are not my forte, is like Gorgeous George.
Yeah. Who knows?
Not this guy. I don't know what it is about Triple H matches, but we just talk through them.
Yeah, they tend to follow a really specific formula.
I was going to use the term formulaic.
They're quite meticulous, cerebral,
if you will.
Yeah. You got to be in the right mood for a Triple H match.
I think he's very dependent on who he faces as well. Because at WrestleMania, I think it was 22, it might have been 23, he faced John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania.
Okay.
And that was, and in Triple H fashion, it was like 30 minutes long.
Oh, of course it was. that was sort of the problem with Triple H, wasn't it? I think he saw his match as the main event.
Yeah, it was always short matches on TV and then long matches on pay-per-view.
Yeah, and it was just like, come on, man. Like,
up to a certain point, I think. Like, once the Attitude Era was over and the Reign of Terror began, that's when that trend sort of started.
yeah.
But I think of the match, like the one where he tore his quads. That was like a 20-minute tag match on live TV.
Who was it that said Triple H was never the guy? He was always the guy that worked with the guy.
I'm not sure. Sounds like something Heyman would have said.
I think it was Brett.
Yeah, actually. That sounds like something Brett would have said as well.
I don't know if I agree with that. Not now, anyway.
Yeah. At what point was he the guy, though? Just after his return?
Yeah, maybe.
But I think Austin was more popular than him. Rock was more popular than him. And because he was mostly a heel throughout his career, it's hard to be the guy when you're a heel.
Yeah,
So-
true.
I mean, the heel always works with the guy. So, yeah, that doesn't put much credence to what Brett said.
Mm.
If you're the biggest heel in the company, you're working with the guy.
Randy Orton doing a crossbody looks weird, doesn't it?
That was his finisher at one point, you told me.
Yeah, like really early on, I think.
Really good crossbody, though. You can understand why he doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah. Another toss. Sort
Didn't
of.
hit the ring post this time, though. Actually hit the turnbuckle, because Edge hit the ring post.
Yeah. Oof. A lot of blood coming from the mouth of Orton.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a busted lip.
Trying to work out where that would have come from.
The knee, maybe.
Yeah. It's weird to think that Triple H in, I think it was in WCW, he started using a cutter as his finisher. Or was it in WWE? In one of them, he used a cutter as his finisher. And DDP said, can you not? Because
Yeah.
I'm just starting to get that move over.
Yeah, Triple H said, okay, fine.
And now that he's got the pedigree over, he's against someone that's using a cutter as a finisher. But Randy Orton took that thing to the next level.
He did by lifting himself off the ground during the move.
Yeah.
Because DDP never did that. He went from standing to prone.
Well, the whole point of DDPs was it can be hit from any position, from counter any move with it, and it became his thing. Like Randy Orton took it and went one step further and said, I can hit it out of anywhere.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a big right hand, was it?
It was an Orton right hand.
It was miles away. That was weird.
Well, Triple H countering it.
Just blocked a DDT and Orton just did a back bump.
Yeah.
And now they're selling it. All right, okay.
Well, Triple H is fucked. See that really shitty green sign that says RKO in Fresno?
Yeah. He's got those Krispy Kreme eyes.
Because they're glazed
What
over.
the fuck are you talking about?
Nah, that makes sense. Don't touch him with your sign. Leave him alone. This is where we get Earl Hebner hates Triple H kind of rhetoric.
He's up to a count of 30.
What's the staple of a Triple H match, Jack?
Ref bump.
It's a ref bump.
Someone in the crowd. Good one, game.
My chode stinks.
I
was
was just trying to read what that one
Fuck
said.
me.
I mean, they're a lot tamer than...
My chode stinks.
They're tamer than the Attitude Era.
Insert clip of you go, fuck my ass.
Well, I was just using it as an example. I'm pretty sure I've seen a wrestling sign just like that.
Of course you did. You watched ECW. All right, Fred Durst, pipe down. Telling him to come on.
Yeah, he just said, come on. Triple H might have broken his nose. God.
Easily done.
Fucking big target, isn't it?
How would you know?
I'm allowed to say it because
I think that's some fucking good acting by Randy, though. I hope he's not really concussed, but if he's not, Jesus Christ, I think he is. But Randy has found himself in possession of Triple H's sledgehammer.
The way he was holding it, just dragging it, I thought he was just gonna fucking swing it.
Like fucking Pyramid Head dragging it along.
The way Triple H just chucks the sledgehammer out, just whoop.
And there's the pedigree.
Of course he is. Triple H is a shit name for a wrestler, isn't it?
Why?
It's so crap. Because it's a play on his old wrestling name, which is just, it's like a joke that's gone too far.
Well, technically he's still Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He's just shortened it.
Yeah.
You know how WWE likes to shorten names? Well, Vince did.
Just H.
Yeah. But that's the last person you thought you'd see on this card.
Yep.
Nunzio. Kurt Angle just steals Nunzio's Royal Rumble number.
Oh, Teddy stumbles his lines as per.
And they are interrupted by a celebration. There's a lot of champagne being thrown about here.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has got into JBL's eyes because he looks very uncomfortable.
He doesn't look happy, does
Please
he?
fucking stop pouring champagne on my head.
He's not having a good time.
He also says, "Faux shizzle my nizzle" to Teddy Long, and then Orlando Jordan's there like, what? He has to play it off, but he's there like, I can't believe he just fucking said that. Yeah, so Teddy tells JBL he's facing the Big Show. That's about it.
That's enough of that. Oi, who saw that coming?
Eddie at number 1. He gets his lowrider. Of course he's going to be number 1 or number 2.
He's just muttering to himself in the car.
I think he's playing that he's pissed off that he had to stick with number 1.
So good.
Rather than taking Ric Flair's number.
He's got a look on his face like he doesn't know how to turn off the car. He's just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
It's like when you drive stick, as the Americans would say, and you get off, you're like, oh.
Is that what they call driving?
Well,
With
what we
gears.
call driving, because we don't really use automatic cars.
No. So when they say, because I've heard that used in films.
Drive stick means
Driving with
drive
gears.
with a manual gearbox, yeah. And here's your number 2.
Whoa, JR, this is going to be good. Yeah.
Eddie and Chris Benoit
It
probably
is.
will be. They haven't really interacted.
Sorry to interrupt. Did they just say he was from Atlanta, Georgia?
Yeah.
Isn't he Canadian?
He was living in Atlanta, Georgia at this time. Don't forget, he used to live really close to William Regal, who also was living in Atlanta, Georgia. Obviously, he's originally from Edmonton, Alberta,
That sounds right, yeah.
but he essentially became an American citizen, I think. So could I, JR. I could watch Eddie and Benoit wrestle every day.
Yeah. There's that really famous match, isn't there, where I can't remember what happens in the match, but you see Eddie mouthing afterwards, I owe you one. And then Eddie thought they fucked up the match. But it's still, like, amazing. And it's ridiculous.
Well, we say the same thing whenever Eddie wrestles Rey Mysterio. They always fuck up, but it's always a great match.
Yeah. Just think, like, the history that these two have got, going all the way back to, like, ECW days, WCW days. The fact that they're doing it here in WWE must be, like, mind-blowing.
I think the previous year's WrestleMania was probably more because they embraced to close the show.
Yeah.
Both leaving as world champion. I don't remember when Benoit switched. Did he jump as part of the invasion?
Benoit?
Yeah, was he part of the Radicals?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember. 'Cause I know Eddie was. I couldn't remember if Benoit was.
Yeah, he was WCW champion when he jumped, didn't he?
Here's number 3. It's tough enough winning Daniel Puder.
God, I've just remembered what happens.
Do you also remember how we mentioned the hardest chops in the business?
Yeah.
I looked straight into the camera when we said that.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And you brought up Eddie and Chris as well. I brought up Hardcore Holly.
So this was punishment, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah. He had essentially what was a shoot fight with Kurt Angle on a random episode of SmackDown, and he got Angle in a shoot Kimura lock, and they had to break it up before he broke Angle's arm.
The story of it is a bit deeper than that. So I think Al Snow instructed... Was it Al Snow or was it Heyman? I can't remember. It was one of the two that was in charge. Basically instructed Kurt, go out there, pin a few of them, make them look stupid. Do not pick Daniel Puder because he has like legitimate experience. And what did Angle do?
Yeah.
Picked him. And it was supposed to be like an amateur wrestling fight. But because Puder got him in that Kimura lock and took him down, Angle wasn't going to tap. So the ref in the ring had to make a real quick decision and just
pin him.
Yeah, and like counting 1, 2, 3 as in the pin so they could break it up. Because Puder was on his back, getting in the Kimura lock, and it pissed a lot of people off. And there was a lot of things people were saying he had attitude problems backstage and telling people he was going to be in the main event and all this bollocks. But this was just a mugging. There's a bit that I remember really distinctly as well. Holly's doing chops or Benoit's doing chops, and Eddie's just there taking the piss, going, ooh.
Yeah, they do that for a good while, the three of them.
Yeah. Oh, look at him. He's practically salivating
Well, JR
coming
says
out.
on commentary here, he's like, he doesn't like many people, but he hates rookies. So the three of them have formed an alliance, Holly, Guerrero, and Benoit, to just beat the shit out of Daniel Puder. I wonder if Puder knew this was coming, though.
No, I don't think he did. Oh, it's just so horrible to watch.
And you don't get to see Puder's chest much either.
No. Yeah, there's Eddie, look, taking the piss.
He's just having a good time.
He's so cheeky.
This is the kind of shit you'd experience in like Stu Hart's dungeon, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
He'd just beat the shit out of you for hours to see if he could take it.
Just hazing.
And an Alabama slam as well. He does not hold back. And who are we joined by? It's the Hurricane.
Oh, and then he just gets thrown out. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, they're done with him now. There goes Holly.
So it just cements the fact that Hardcore Holly was only in there to chop Daniel Puder.
He knew.
Yeah.
But these two continue their alliance. Guerrero goes to eliminate Benoit. Yeah, cheeky scam.
You can't be surprised. Oh, such a good move. Is it Blockbuster? Was it called?
He had to come up with something. Couldn't do the vertebreaker anymore. But there he goes.
Oh, he landed right on his ass.
I like the fact the American crowd hear Oriental music and they just start booing instinctively. It's Kenzo Suzuki.
He's shady, Taz says.
That's a big Japanese man.
Yeah, you don't see that many big Japanese wrestlers, do you?
He looks like he's a good 260, 270.
Takeshita's...
He's he's
big.
tall.
Yeah, Takeshita's pretty tall. Shades of the Dynamite Kid.
Don't know that too much, do you?
Well, Dynamite Kid was one of Benoit's idols.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you go back and watch any Dynamite Kid stuff, it's basically like watching a clone of Benoit. Like snap suplexes, diving headbutts, just really stiff, really intense. And it's like art imitating life, because when you know about the Dynamite Kid and like his life and how that turned out, it's just it's not good.
Yeah. Then we got number 7. It's Edge. How did he get a worse slide from a full ramp run up than his usual entrance?
Yeah, it was crap.
Is his
wasn't it?
coat greased up or something? What gives?
Oh, and a really horrible drop kick. Good work, Edge.
I don't care if you've worked earlier tonight.
God, the crowd are really loving Eddie, aren't they?
He was always popular though, wasn't he?
Why can't the commentators say Benoit? They're just really Benoit. Benoit.
That might just be like JR being JR. Number 8, you ready for an old school wrestling theme? That's Rey Mysterio.
Oh my God.
They didn't shoot him up into the air though. Thank
Good.
God.
Good.
We go straight for Eddie.
Of course he does.
I don't think they've fallen out at this point.
So that's like almost the SmackDown 6 there, isn't it? There's
4
4
of them, yeah. But you got 3 amigos, that's for sure.
Who was the SmackDown 6? Who are we missing?
It was those 4.
Angle?
Chavo and Angle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chavo was one of the SmackDown 6.
That is mad. That is like, when you think of that caliber of talent right there, that is crazy.
I mean, look at the 4 people in the ring right now.
Yeah.
Legends in their own right, all 4 of them.
I mean, every single one in the ring had a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, absolutely. Suzuki's gone, by the way. We didn't mention that.
Yeah.
He's not one of the 4.
No.
It's Eddie, Edge, Benoit, and Mysterio.
In fact, oh no, I'm not going to.
Number 9.
Not going to say what I was going to say.
It's the Intercontinental Champion, Shelton Benjamin. Very popular as well.
That might have been the slickest slide into the ring I've ever seen.
You've seen what that man can do with a ladder. I'm not surprised.
It's ridiculous.
How was he not world champion?
Yeah, massive missed opportunity there, really, isn't it? Because he had it all. I don't seem to remember any promos of his.
That's the only thing I could think of as well. But he was part of the world's greatest tag team, or Team Angle, with Charlie Haas. I think at this point he already had his really good match with Shawn Michaels on Raw.
Yeah.
I think he'd had it at this point.
He was... So he's not quite the gold standard yet.
No, I think that was a few years after this. But he's IC champ right now, as this show airs.
Because the gold standard was when he bleached his hair, wasn't
Yep.
it? Yeah.
I didn't tell anybody, more importantly.
Oh, did he not?
No. I remember hearing him tell the story. He was like, I didn't tell anybody. I just wanted to do something different. And it sort of like birthed the gold standard. Have number 10. It's Booker T.
Look at the people in the ring at the minute. That is madness.
Booker T always looks angry as he makes his entrance.
He's just got that, like...
It's almost as if his eyes are saying, tell me he didn't just say that.
Yeah.
It's alright, the next one's pretty solid as well. Wait and see. Oh, Bischoff coming down to the ring.
Is he saying, come on, Edge?
Yeah, he's supporting his Raw guys.
Ah, right, okay.
So, Edge is Raw and Benoit and Benjamin, I think. And everyone
Come
else
on,
is
Edge.
SmackDown.
Also the only one, ironically, that didn't have a WCW run.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, Shelton.
Benjamin as well,
yeah.
Speaking of WCW runs, though,
Oh,
it's Chris Jericho at number 11.
God, look at that hair.
Mom hair. Oh, stop banging on about the undisputed champion, JR. Yes, we know he beat The Rock and Stone Cold in one night. So what? Who hasn't? Hindsight's a hell of a thing, isn't it? These 7 people in the ring at one time, with the exception of maybe Shelton Benjamin, all Hall of Fame careers.
Yeah.
And most of them are in the Hall of Fame, I think.
Yeah, they are.
Obviously,
aren't they?
Benoit isn't. Benjamin isn't. Jericho isn't yet.
Well, Jericho's still active.
Yeah. It's time to drop in quality a bit now, though.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Can't all be gold, can it? It's Luther
What?
Reigns at number
Hang
12.
on. You're telling me Luther Reigns doesn't win the Royal Rumble?
Hall of Fame career, mate. With traps like that, give him the belt now. Teddy Long came down at some point as well. He's here now.
He's just hollering his players.
Yeah, it's real brand warfare. Forget how Luther looks huge, doesn't he? Now we got a 4-on-4 SmackDown versus Raw standoff.
Just immediately raise on his knees. Like, what happened then?
He's just a little guy.
Yeah, he's the shortest one in by quite a lot, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that. I mean, Benoit's not much taller than him.
I disagree with that. Isn't Ray like 5'7"?
He's shorter than that, isn't he?
Number 13?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
It's Mohammed Hassan. I don't know where we are timeline-wise with Mohammed Hassan, but he's still here, so I think this is before he faced The Undertaker.
God, that is a blast from the past, isn't it?
An instant hate from the crowd as well. And my favourite part, he's Italian.
The USA chant. How many people in that ring are American right now? Edge is Canadian. Benoit's Canadian.
Jericho's Canadian. Mysterio is technically American.
Mexican, isn't he?
He's billed from California, so Luther Reigns is American, Booker T's American, Shelton Benjamin's American. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Eddie's got the same thing, where he's Mexican, but he's billed from America. But Hassan's run into a bit of a problem. And there's that everyone wants to beat the shit out of him.
Oh, is he going to take all the finishers now, is he?
Nah, just a 619.
What a weird finisher to take.
It's it's of all of their finishes, I think that's the one that people would want to see the most, other than maybe a frog splash.
Yeah.
But Eddie's not going to risk a frog splash, is he? So Orlando Jordan at number 14. Just a few months after this, Orlando Jordan would lose the United States Championship to Chris Benoit in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was 17 seconds.
Something like
was
that.
It? Yeah, it wasn't very long. Ring's filling up a bit.
I'll be honest with you, you'll be waiting a while. Yeah, there's only a couple of big guys in this Rumble, and they're past number 20.
God, they're really pushing that Raw versus SmackDown thing, aren't they?
I think this is when the video game was being released. That might be why.
Oh my God.
It's Scotty Too Hotty. Now, I do have a bit of bad news for you here, Jack. Scotty don't make it to the ring.
Ah.
He is a did not start.
Wasn't he English?
I don't know, actually.
No, American professional wrestler. Why do I think he was English? Signed to All Elite Wrestling
Is he?
as a producer and a coach.
Oh, that makes more sense.
I don't know. I don't know why I thought that.
I can't think of a single English wrestler who pretended to be American.
It was too good an opportunity, wasn't it? If you're English, it's like instant heat,
Yeah.
almost.
Be English, be posh. Everyone hates you.
Yeah.
Instant money. Now it's number 16. It's Charlie Haas, don't get excited. the runoff from the world's greatest tag team. Benjamin went on to be Intercontinental Champion, and Charlie Haas went to be there as well.
Yeah. All I can remember about Charlie Haas is he had that gimmick where he came out as other wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like... And he always managed to fit his name into it. Like, he was the Great Khali, but he was the Great Charlie. And he came out like he walking like him. And there was a Beth Phoenix one. I seem to remember.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So Booker T has just eliminated Luther Reigns and Orlando Jordan, and it's time for a spinneroonie in celebration.
Whoa!
But not for Eddie getting rid of him. While Ray makes fun of him.
God, that just came out of nowhere, didn't it?
I mean, who else but Eddie, though, right?
Are we on 17?
Number 17. And it is the youngest champion in WWE history, Rene Dupree.
Does he do the French tickler?
Yes, he does. He's also got a dog that he treats abysmally and made me instantly very angry.
Oh,
Leave the dog alone. That poor dog.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that.
Nope, me either.
Dragging the fucking dog around.
Yeah, that pissed me off as well.
Oh, they're teasing a world's greatest tag team reunion.
Yes, they are. It's all you're going to be good for, unfortunately, Charlie.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I remember hating them as well, the world's greatest tag team, because they would always, I think they were always facing Los Guerreros
Yeah, sounds
and
about right.
preventing them from
doesn't
winning the title. What are you doing, Benjamin?
Jesus.
No!
it? That will never not be impressive.
I mean, I think LA Knight, the fact he does it is more impressive. He doesn't do it as smoothly
He
as Benjamin.
sometimes does he? Yeah.
But a straight jump to the top turnbuckle, but he got thrown off by Jericho. Number 18 is one of the only people on this Rumble I didn't know.
We've had him on the pod a few times.
Yeah, I figured he might have been.
There's Nova in ECW.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
See, he was really good in ECW. He's not good in this. Simon Dean. Essentially, Richard Simmons. That's the gimmick.
Yeah,
right?
It was that weird fitness gimmick, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I like that. JR says, I don't trust people that wear powder blue. Chris Benoit's wearing powder blue. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, Benoit's a face here. JR's just not thinking. I wasn't alluding to that stuff. Stop doing your Hindu squats and get in the ring, Simon. Oh,
Whoa!
Eddie's gone, thanks to Edge.
Why can't he do that?
I think it's funnier that Edge can't do the little shake.
You see some people try and do the Eddie thing. And it just
Yeah,
looks,
you got it.
They look so stiff. They're just like, yeah, what do you think of this?
It's because he's doing that.
Yeah, you gotta get loose when you do it.
Yeah. Well, your torso's pretty much got to stay in the same place, and your arms have got to do the work. Number 19. Shawn Michaels. I wonder who he's going to go straight for. Bye, Simon. Shawn Michaels starts doing Hindu squats in the ring.
God, and the crowd are going absolutely mad for him.
Yeah. Still getting Eddie chance as he's leaving the Rumble. Well, absolutely terrible timing that this is when he gets the most over in his life.
Imagine if we didn't lose him when we did. Like,
So many possibilities.
We could still be having, like, Guerrero matches.
He'd be in his mid-50s, so it's possible.
Jericho's age.
Yeah.
And Jericho is still going.
He'd be backstage somewhere. Either WWE or AEW. He'd be in one of those now.
I could see him leading a faction.
Mm.
Oh, you know what? It's a tough one.
Yeah. In the meantime, Charlie Haas has been eliminated by Shawn Michaels. And we got number 20. It's Kurt Angle.
God, he's already got the straps down.
Yeah, he's ready to go. I don't think he ever put them back up after the match.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Absolutely ridiculous intensity.
Oh my god.
He was the guy around this time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So. Ankle lock onto Michaels.
Oh, he was turning his ankle the other way.
Oh, but he's gone though.
What the fuck?
Michaels gets rid of Angle. Oh, don't check your hands, Angle.
Oh,
That makes me
yeah, it's
uncomfortable.
hard watch, isn't it? What the fuck?
Do you remember who Michaels faced at WrestleMania 21?
Oh, God.
Yeah, he faced Angle at 21 and Jericho at 22. Yeah.
Jericho. Oh, the glass in the eye.
The nominal matches.
Yeah.
It's time for number 21. Is this going to be your pick, number 21? No, it's Jonathan Coachman. I was just hoping you'd say yes before they came out.
No. Last time I saw arms like that, they were hanging out of a nest. What?
What nests have you been looking at?
If you want to know who it is, look at his ass. Rene Dupree's got his name written on his ass as well. And of all the people you want to pick in that ring, he goes straight up to a sweaty, angry Benoit. It's just going to go, what? I've been in this ring for an hour and I'm still going to fuck you up.
He's probably spent the last 8 months like antagonising Benoit on Raw as well.
God, yeah, you can tell he's tired and sweaty and exhausted, Benoit, but he doesn't change his wrestling style.
No,
it's still
he's just going on fumes.
100%.
Number 22. It's Mark Jindrak.
What is his gimmick? Just man.
I'm just a man. Oh, Angle's back in. Chucks Michaels out. And Angle's lost his mind.
So yeah, we're not far off Angle joining TNA, are we?
Not too far off.
Oh wait, no, because Christian's here, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we got Christian first.
And Angle gives Michaels an ankle lock on the stairs, which obviously means it hurts more.
Oh yeah.
And Finlay, before Finlay was wrestling again, wrestling Angle away from the situation.
Well, of all the people that you want to go out after a pissed off Kurt Angle, yeah, you get Finlay out there.
Angle never helped himself with the innuendos, did he?
No.
Your ass is mine. I mean, he's just a man.
It's like I said earlier, man. Wrestling walks that line.
You're a boy in a man's world, and I'm a man who loves to play with boys. 23.
Oh,
Here's your big man.
Oh, God.
It's Viscera.
What is that theme all about?
I mean, he's dressed like he should work in a sex dungeon, so I think that's an appropriate theme. Yeah. So Vince, I know I'm a big guy and I need to hide this, but what do you think I should wear? How do you feel about black leather?
He always had shit attire,
Yeah.
though. Like, do you remember Big Daddy V?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. The fucking black suspenders.
They put him in a fucking singlet, and it was like, oh, just... And this really low crotch trouser thing
Yeah.
he's got. What is happening there? Hang on, Coachman's still in there.
Yes,
what the
he
fuck?
is. Time for number 24. He's just holding onto a rope for dear life. It's Paul London.
Nearly trips up over himself. I will never forget that spot where he slid in the ring, but he went all the way through and out the other side, and then just stood up and went.
Or, you know,
you
when
ever
he's-
seen that?
Yeah, I think I have. Or the spot where he smiled at Vince McMahon before he
Oh.
got blown up. There's your tickler.
Yeah, I don't like him now. He can fuck off.
We didn't before, so it's fine. He's gone now. Bye. Thanks to Jericho. There you go. Jericho's having a go at the tickler. Canadian French tickler.
I'll find it.
I know you will.
I'll find it. But yeah, he went all the way through the ring. It was amazing.
Number 25. It's John Cena.
God, imagine... Oh, that belt's spinning as well. Look.
Yeah.
God, imagine John Cena getting a pop like that.
Well, that was half booze as well. They already knew. Always run into Big Viscera. And he eliminates Viscera.
Coach is still there.
He is still there. Number 26 is Snitsky.
Is this the
I think we're around that time, yes.
Paul London elimination?
Oh, no. Oh, yes, it is actually. Yes, it is. That is in this Rumble. It's still no fun to watch.
No. I bet it's
I thought
not.
you were on about the baby thing.
Oh,
Yeah, we're around that time.
God's sake, yeah.
I think that's what it wasn't my fault thing was all about. Leave Paul London alone, Snitsky.
Is it a choke or a sleeper? It don't matter.
What's the difference between a choke and a sleeper?
Well, you're asking
Aren't they the
Taz.
same thing?
Like,
Here you go.
this is it, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, Jesus.
Snitsky clothesline in London while he's on the apron, and he does a shooting star press on the way to the floor. Ooh, big foot by Snitsky onto Cena.
That was a stiff big foot.
Number 27. It's Kane. I don't know what happened to his face.
Yeah.
Something happened to his face.
I thought it was like shadow for a minute.
Nope, it's bruised or dirty. I'm not sure which. But right by his right eye, it's just really dark. This, despite the fact he's past his prime physically, this really showed how strong Kane was.
Yeah.
When he chokeslams Mysterio, he doesn't use his other hand to help him. He just picks him up with one arm.
Of course he does.
That's like a 160-pound shoulder press. Ridiculous, isn't it?
It's ridiculous.
But he eliminates Mark Jindrak as well. Kane does. And Coachman picks a fight.
Coach runs and grabs the ring.
Wouldn't
the
you?
rope again.
I know I would. Pump handle slam.
Oh.
Onto Kane.
You missed the most impressive part of the move.
Just because we were seeing Paul London get taken away. Number 28. Bad news. Calm down. This is pre-pyro.
Oh.
It's the old theme. It's not I Walk Alone.
Oh.
You don't get to celebrate this time.
I don't think my headphones could handle it.
Batista gets rid of Snitsky immediately.
Yeah, kind of.
Hey, he's gone. That's all that matters. That's quite a standoff, isn't it? Batista and Kane.
God, listen to the crowd. Oh my God.
Batista bomb to Kane. That is impressive, isn't
And
it?
he's not even like out of breath. He's just like, yeah, what?
And he's asthmatic.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
Famously asthmatic.
Famously asthmatic.
And Batista eliminates Jericho as well.
That bump looked rough.
Yeah.
I don't seem to remember those two having a feud.
They
too
must
much.
have done.
Yeah, Edge and Batista.
They might have had a WrestleMania match. Maybe. Number 29 is Christian.
Yeah, it is.
You want to talk about underrated wrestling themes?
He's always had variations of it.
Is it Close Your Eyes? Was that what it was
Just
called?
Close Your
Just
Eyes.
Close Your Eyes,
yeah.
yeah.
There's this version, then there was the Story of the Year.
I thought it sounded different. I knew I wasn't going crazy.
But yeah, we're not far off him joining
Yeah, it can't be far.
TNA, is it? Because I know a lot of people say that Christian joining TNA was probably their biggest signing. I know Eric Young said, yeah, Kurt Angle might have been the biggest star, but Christian was the most important because he left WWE to join TNA, whereas Kurt Angle got fired from WWE.
So he had to, kind of.
Yeah.
So Cena just eliminated Kane by FUing him over the top rope.
Blimey.
And Cena and Mysterio's forming a kind of alliance.
Taking a long time to hatch it out. You and me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and me.
As number 30
but
comes
me
out.
and you? And
You can see why Eddie stole his number, because
Yeah.
Ric Flair's number 30.
God, he looks old here, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's taking his time as well, just coming down.
Just think.
No rush.
Imagine seeing him there and being like, "Oh God, you really should retire, Rick."
And then
you look a bit past it.
And then you tell him he's going to have one more match in like 17
And
years'
here we
time.
sit in 2024, where he died in the fucking ring. Was it 2024?
No, I don't think it was that recent. I think it was last year, 2020. Well, as this comes out, it'll be 2025. So I think it was 2023.
Oh, yeah, God. Well, yeah.
There goes Coach, thanks to Flair. Tomko trying to stop Christian from getting eliminated, but I don't see it happening. Christian is gone, thanks to Batista.
And again, of all the people in that ring, Benoit just goes, right.
And he's chopping Flair as well. Hence why they're wooing.
That's a really good way of putting it, isn't it? Benoit's got a tank that not many other people have. Because he's been in there the longest at this point.
Yeah,
and he's still just fucking like a tenacious little pit bull.
He's gone now, though.
That'll do it.
So Flair goes to eliminate Batista and fails miserably.
He's just stood there like a fucking oak tree.
That's the perfect analogy. It's like trying to eliminate an oak tree.
He just went to grab him
and Edge eliminates Flair. We are down to our final four. And this is the interesting part I mentioned at the beginning of the show. I'm not going to fact check myself. I'm going to take it as true. I think this is the first time in Royal Rumble history where all of the final four have never been world champion at this point. All four of these men have never been world champion at this point, and all four will be.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Mysterio, Edge, Batista, and Cena. Batista and Cena would win their first championships that WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Edge would win his the following January, and Ray would win his the following WrestleMania.
Fucking hell.
Within 2 years, all of them will have been world champion. Actually, 18 months. Less than that.
That's mad.
And Edge knocks Mysterio out.
That was weird.
That was supposed to be a spear, I think, but not really. So at this point, Edge has been in the match the longest. He was number 7.
Yeah.
But he's gone as well. We're down to the final two of Cena and Batista. And this is where it gets a little interesting.
God, Batista's sweaty, isn't he?
Cena's been in the match longer as well.
I was just trying to remember, yeah.
Look at these two Hollywood stars finishing up the Royal Rumble.
That wasn't the move for Batista to do, was it?
No.
That Cody Rhodes, drop down chop thing. God, Cena is, so strong, isn't he?
Yeah, because considering Batista's 3'10", I think.
3'10".
And
he's not sat perfectly level, and he's squirming.
Cena's just walking him around like he's a baby.
That's ridiculous.
On his shoulders.
And here it is.
You couldn't choreograph that, could you? You could not choreograph both of your final two hitting the floor at the exact same time.
I mean, if I remember, they show multiple different replays.
They show frame-by-frame replays, and you see them hit at the same time. Absolutely insane. And I think the referees obviously don't know quite what to do. I don't know if they're aware of who's supposed to win, but all the SmackDown guys are going at Cena, and all the Raw guys are going at Batista. I think Cena's sort of looking at Batista like, what the fuck do we do?
What are we doing? The refs are just like, should we keep doing this until something happens?
Cena's definitely the more popular of the two, and here comes Vince, and Edge was just walking up the ramp as he said.
Oh, God.
Here it comes. Boom!
There it is.
Both quads gone.
Oh, man.
Pure concentrated intensity caused both of his legs to just fucking implode.
Just sat there like a child.
And I like how the Raw guy, because Batista is supposed to win, Raw's there like, it's Batista, right, boss?
He just sat there like,
the look
what
on Vince's
fuck?
face, it makes me think, is he thinking how am I going to get out of this? Or, I can't fucking stand up. And they improvise. Batista eliminates Cena. And Cena eliminates Batista.
Well, of course. I love the fact when he says, ladies and gentlemen, the crowd go dead silent. They're like, we actually want to know what the fuck is going on.
Who won the match?
I've just noticed this as well. There's a sign here that says Batista.
It's spelled with his actual name,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
I did notice that. They put the U in Batista.
Yeah.
So maybe they knew him from his bodybuilding days or something.
Maybe.
But there we go. Batista eliminates Cena and Batista wins the 2005 Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you couldn't have planned that any better, could you?
Nope.
Or I bet if you did plan that and say, right, you have to go over the top rope at the same time, you'd just completely fuck it up.
You wouldn't be able to. That is what Bob Ross would call a happy accident.
That, considering that pay-per-view is only known for two things. It's known for Batista and Cena hitting the floor at the exact same time, and it's Vince somehow blowing both of his quads out at the same time and sat there like a child.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It is a really good show.
The whole thing is really good.
I can't deny that. I was pleasantly surprised at how good this show is. Shall we wrap things up then?
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening or watching us talk over the Royal Rumble 2005. We hope you enjoyed it. Give us a like, a comment, a subscribe. Let us know what you think of this episode and what other pay-per-views you'd like us to cover in future episodes. Until next time.
Bye.